Welcome back to SNUathletics.com for the rubber game of our three-game series between the Crimson Storm and the Savage Storm here on SNUathletics.com. And it is Cody Tolbert on the mound for the Crimson Storm to start out today. He's going up against Spinney of the Savage Storm to start off Game 3. This is a game that was run-ruled by the Savage Storm yesterday in Game 1 and run-ruled by the Crimson Storm in Game 2 just a couple minutes ago. Count stands at 1-1 as Tolbert's going up against Spinney. Swing and a miss from Spinney puts him down 1-2. Spinney, Serta, Ferguson, Akins, Elliott, Slade, Ortiz checks in. Swigert, Caleb Dubler, and Harrison Whitworth. That is the starting lineup for the Savage Storm. For the Crimson Storm goes as such: Toy Lolo, Lee, Vernon, Cooper, Wagner, Reese, Yates, Maskey, and Dent with Tolbert on the mound. And it's going to bring up a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Tolbert going up against Spinney. This one's popped up foul. This one's chopped over to the shortstop, and able to make the play is that shortstop, Cole Wagner, making the throw to Toy Lolo on the awkward bounce. There's the first out of the day. In the 7-inning game, no run rule at all in this game. It's going to go 7 innings unless we are tied, in which case we will go to extras, obviously. It's going to be Joseph Serta, the designated hitter, up next. First pitch goes ball. Next one goes below the strike zone, ball 2. On the mound for the Savage Storm today is Bryce Detheridge. Cody Tolbert for the Crimson Storm has a 6.63 ERA and 1-3 record. And there's 4 balls right there, and Serta will trot over to first base and bring up number 33, Austin Ferguson. Ferguson is hitting a .329 average, 46 hits, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 20 RBIs on the year. Ball gets away from Toy Lolo after Tolbert goes to check on him, and he's going to go third. Will he be able to get there? He will. So an error is the first number on that 3 columns board for the Crimson Storm. And now the first run for the Savage Storm is 90 feet away with 1 out. That one's outside. Ball 2. Tolbert's struggling to find the strike zone in this third game. Fouled off for strike 1. Outside, ball 2. Inside, ball 3. Fouled off for off the bat. That'll bring up a full count coming up with 1 out. This one is going to be hit through the gap, and that will put on the first run of the board. It's going to be Ferguson who puts on the first run of the third game. This one's for the Savage Storm. They take a 1-run lead in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Brett Akins. Trying to lay down the bunt. This one is very well placed, and the barehanded grab by Maskey is no good. And once again, another barehanded is no good for Jake Vernon, the catcher. Rough first top of the first for the Crimson Storm, as now it's only 1 out and men are on the corners. They'll bring up Easton Elliott. Finds the strike zone finally for an 0-1 count. Too low for ball 1. Too high, ball 2. Find strike zone on the bottom left corner. This would be outside corner for Elliott. 2-2. Way outside. Full count coming up. Swing and a miss. Did get a piece of it on a foul, so he'll be safe for right now. Another foul. Everything will stay put. Another foul once again. This one's hit, and to the third baseman. He's going to check in between the legs of Vernon, and that will put on another run for the Savage Storms. Vernon beating himself up over that one. Had him at the plate and went between his legs. There's another run for the Savage Storm with 1 out and men on the corners. Brings up Slade Ortiz. Now Vernon's giving him a quick signal to Tolbert. Tolbert and Gustafson are two starting senior pitchers on senior day. This one's hit well into right field, and this will be another run for sure. Everything will basically reset. Still men on the corners, but another run there. 3-0 now for the Savage Storm on top of the Crimson Storm. SNU just trying to get out of this first inning, which is already starting to get away from them. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to go too far outside and low. Ball one. Too high, ball two. Finds the inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Another one inside, too low. Full count now. Tolbert really needing a strike here. This one's chopped over to third base and able to make the throw. However, there's another run that comes across for the Savage Storm. The score now stands at 4-0. However, the Crimson Storm finally get another out on the board, but they're really going to need an out number 3 ASAP because this first inning has been solidly taken over by the Savage Storm. Brings up number 42, Caleb Dubler. Goes high, ball one. Now the umpire is calling out Robert Lee, and the infield for SNU, something needs to be discussed. And it looks like Tolbert's day is already done. Bring in a new pitcher for the Crimson Storm. And it is going to, looks like Jefferson Harris. And it is in fact Jefferson Harris. And he will take the ball from Tolbert and try to get that final out of this first inning here on SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Jefferson Harris on the mound for the Crimson Storm, and he's going up against Caleb Dubler of the Savage Storm. This one is hit well toward, and it is fair towards left field. That'll drive in another run. So Jefferson Harris was called in to stop the bleeding in the first inning, and the first pitch is hit and an RBI recorded for Dubler, and he stands at second base. Brings up Harrison Whitworth in the bottom of the order for the Savage Storm with 5 runs against the Crimson Storm 0. Crimson Storm haven't even gone up to play yet. One's low, ball 1. Too high for ball 2. This one's fouled off into the parking lot right behind us. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Excuse me, one strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one's hit and foul. 2 strikes. This one's popped up and foul. Swing and a miss, and Jefferson Harris sinks Whitworth and puts the Crimson Storm out of their defensive slump. So the Crimson Storm will finally get a chance to get to the plate and try to answer the Savage Storm after putting up 5 runs. We'll be right back to SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Joe Toilolo, first to bat for the Crimson Storm today. Two pitches in a row, Toilolo gets a piece of it with his bat and goes foul. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Swing and a miss for Toilolo, and that will sink him. And that is a strikeout for Bryce Detheridge. Start out his afternoon on the mound. Brings up Cole Lee. First pitch goes low, ball 1. Swing and a miss puts him in a tied count, 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss again, puts him down 1-2. Outside ties up the count again, 2-2. This one is popped up high, and it looks like it'll be out of play. Swing and a miss for Cole Lee. That's 2 strikeouts in a row for Detheridge. Brings up Vernon. Finds the strike zone on that bottom edge. It's too low. Ball 1. Ball 2. This one's swung at and popped up high, and it looks like it'll be out of play into the southeastern bullpen. This one has popped up. This one looks like it will stay in play. Tracked, and barely goes foul. They lost it for a second, and it barely goes foul. Just fell on the wrong side of that line. So everything stays the same for Vernon. Swing and a miss, and it gets away from Vernon, and he is not able to beat the throw. So 3 up, 3 down for the Savage Storm. We go to the top of the second inning here on SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. It's going to be top of the order once again, Travis Spinney. First pitch delivered as a ball. Next one is unable to find the strike zone as well. Finally finds the strike zone. Jefferson Harris puts up the first strike of the inning. 2 balls, 1 strike with no outs. Next one is unable to get to the strike zone. Too low. Ball 3. This one hit and over the head of the shortstop, back towards the wall. It's going to be a while before an SNU player gets it. It's eventually the center fielder. Throws it down to the shortstop and a double for Travis Spinney. Brings up Joseph Serta once again. Too far away from the strike zone, ball 1. That one finds the strike zone, evens up the count. Way far outside. Vernon lucky to get back to it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Finds the strike zone and evens up the count at 2 apiece. This one fouled off. This one popped up high and caught by Wagner. They've had the wind to help him bring that back just a little bit. It's the first out of the inning. And it brings up Austin Ferguson. This one hit well and past the first baseman. Here comes another run for the Savage Storm. They will go up 6-0. That one was a shot delivered by Ferguson right past the glove of Toilolo. brings up Brett Akins. This one is hit up and popped up and past the glove of the left fielder, Cole Lee. This one's going to bring on a few more. Runners advance to second and third. And the Crimson Storm defense is just not being able to respond here. So Elliott returns to the plate. That goes too low, ball one. Finds the strike zone, evens at the count 1-1. Once again, that one goes pretty much into the dirt. 2-1 now. Way too far and inside and low. 3-1 now. This one hit back towards center field and corralled by Christian Dent. However, it'll bring another run in. 7-0 now in the second inning. Two outs here. So now at the plate is number 31, Slade Ortiz. He's gone 1 for 1 with an RBI. Swing and a miss for Ortiz puts the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Got a piece of it. Fouls back into the wall. Everything will stay put. Too high for ball two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will bring us to the middle. Want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we had right there. Our internet just went out here on SNUathletics.com, but we're right back with you. Austin Cooper was up to bat, and he flied out to right field where Easton Elliott made the grab. Now brings up to the plate Cole Wagner. First pitch goes away and into the dirt, ball 1. This one's hit well by Wagner into left field, and that will put on another hit for the Crimson Storm. They finally have some offense going of some kind, and it brings up Shelby Reese. Lays down the bunt. And Shelby Reese runs over the first baseman. I mean, he's tagged out, and a runner advances to second, but he made him pay for it by running over the first baseman, Austin Ferguson. So Ferguson gets the out, but you might say that Shelby Reese gets the moral victory as Reagan Yates comes up to the plate. Finds the strike zone on a curve at 1. Outside, ball 1. This one fouled off to the right. Here's up another ball 2. Ball 3. Full count coming up here for Reagan Yates with 2 outs. Swing and a miss for Reagan Yates, and that will end the second inning. Crimson Storm able to produce a little bit of offense, but can't produce any runs. We go to the third inning here on SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com for another ball delivered by Jefferson Harris. This time to Jet Swigert, number 7. And Swigert got hit there. I think they're going to call it foul. And they will. 1 ball, 1 strike. One goes too high. Ball 2. Another one that's too high. Ball 2. Excuse me, ball 3. Swing and a miss. Brings up a full count now. And away, brings up a walk for Swigert and brings up number 42, Caleb Dubler. Too far away from the strike zone on the outside. Ball 1. Another one too far on the outside. Very close to actually hitting the batter. Ball 3. Right across the plate. Ball. Strike 1. This one's popped up. And it might stay in play. Had to come back, and it's a diving catch for Tanner Maskey, who makes the grab. Had to dive for it because that wind was pushing it back towards the infield just a bit. He makes the grab. There's out number 1. Brings up number 26 for the Savage Storm, Harrison Whitworth, and the bottom of the order again. This one's outside, ball 1.
We're plugged in, aren't we? Oh, that's nice. You should be plugged in. We're not plugged in down there, John?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties. Had one of our batteries in our camera go out. Got to get that changed for you. Count stands at 2-1, 1 out. It's Whitworth here. Swing and a miss for Whitworth, and he evens up the count at 2 apiece. This swing and fouled off. This one swung, and Austin Cooper is able to make the play at first. Tried to make the grab in the air to just get him out on the pop, but missed it. Almost resulted in an error, but it popped up right in front of his glove, and he brought it down. Able to make the play at first, so that will advance the runner, though. Swigert's going to go to second. And it brings up Spinney. First pitch delivered is a strike from Harris. This one is hit towards center field. That wind is bringing it back towards left, and it's off the glove. Another run here for the Savage Storm. That wind is doing a number on the outfield as it is really picking up out there. Thus, a lot of these pop flies are going places that Crimson Storm players aren't expecting, and they just go off the gloves. 8-0 now for the Savage Storm on the Crimson Storm. This one's hit towards Cooper again, and he will be able to make this play really easy. Crimson Storm go back to the dugout. Now they're down 8-0 here as we are halfway through game 2 of this doubleheader. We'll be right back here on SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Tanner Maskey. Next SNU batter up to play. And already he's down 0-2. He's going up against number 4, Bryce Detheridge, the pitcher for the Savage Storm. That one goes high, ball 1. This one is fouled off behind him, so everything will stay put. Inside, strike 3. Strike 3 called. Maskey goes back to the dugout and brings up Christian Dent. This one finds a strike zone. This one is hit by Christian Dent, pop fly, and it is able to be brought down by Easton Elliott, who loses his hat. Two outs already for the Crimson Storm. Brings us back to the top of the order, Joe Toilolo. Way high. Finds the strike zone and ties the count 1-1. Swing and a miss from Toilolo brings up a 1-2 count. This one is hit by Toilolo, foul. On the outside, brings up 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss by Toilolo, and he's going to be thrown out at first after he's able to give the run ahead. And that will bring us to the end of the third inning. We go to the fourth inning. Savage Storm on top 8-0 over SNU. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Jefferson Harris back at the plate. This one's popped up, and where is it going to land? It will land in the glove of Jake Vernon as Austin Ferguson goes down after one pitch. Brings up Brett Akins once again. This one finds the middle of the strike zone. 0-1. Jefferson Harris looks like he's about to settle down just for a second. This one's hit towards third base. Tanner Maskey is able to beat number 15 Akins to the bag. 2 outs after 3 pitches. Brings up Elliott once again. Brings up another ball. Too far outside, ball 2. This one's fouled out behind him. 2-1. This one's hit towards left field and brought down for a 1-2-3 inning for the Crimson Storm. Go to the middle of the 4th. SNU up to bat when we come back. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Strike delivered to Cole Lee to start out the bottom of the 4th inning. Very similar placement for strike 2. There's ball 1. Cole Lee pops this one up. Looks like it will stay in play. Back towards and into the glove of the third baseman, Brett Akins, for out number 1 of the inning. Brings up Jake Vernon back up to the plate. Swing and a miss for Jake Vernon. Start out 0-1. Swing and a miss again for Jake Vernon, 0-2. Too far high, too high for ball one. Swing and a miss for Jake Vernon, sinks him. 2 outs now for the Crimson Storm. Brings up Austin Cooper back up to the plate. Too low for ball one. Cooper gets a piece of that one, fouls it off. Gets another piece of that one and fouls it off behind him. 1-2 the count now. Takes a swing and a miss, and another 1-2-3 inning for Deatheridge and the Southeastern defense. We're through 4. We're going to inning 5 when we come back. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Hudson Smith now on the mound for the Crimson Storm, going up against Slade Ortiz. Takes a big swing and a miss. Puts an 0-1 count now, and that's how Slade Ortiz will begin his next at-bat and how Hudson Smith will throw his first pitch. The outside, ball one. Finds the strike zone. Hudson Smith brings up a 1-2 count. Too far on the outside. Ball 2. Outside brings up a full count now. This one hit well towards right field and foul. Swing and a miss. Got a piece of it, though. Thing will stay put. This one popped up and foul. This one hit off foul as well. Smith trying to get out of this battle with number 31, Slide Ortiz. Another foul. One hit over to Toy Lolo, who can't hang on to it. And over the glove of Hudson Smith, and that will definitely go down as an error. Slide Ortiz able to get over to first base. And I'm being told now that it's going to go down as a hit, not an error. Jet Swigert, the new batter for the Wausau Savage Storm, or excuse me, Southeastern Savage Storm. Two balls thrown in a row here. That one finds the strike zone on the bottom left. Brings up a 3-1 after the next ball is thrown. And ball 4 is thrown, and now there's runners on first and second. So Doubler comes back up to the plate. He's got 1 for 2 RBI on a double, a fly out. too low and inside. Once again, just can't find the strike zone just yet. So now Vernon's going to go talk with Coach Lee and Smith. One goes high for ball 2. Or, excuse me, that would be ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes for Caleb Doubler. And there's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. Number 26, Harrison Whitworth on to get into the batter's box. It's gone 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Fouls this one behind us. Ball 1 is delivered. Going to see if he win or not, and the answer is no, he did not. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs against the Savage Storm just yet. This one hit well, and this one will drive in a few more runs for the Savage Storm. 1 run will score, make it 2. And called out at second. So there's the first out. However, it comes at a price. The Savage Storm record 2 more runs against the Crimson Storm. They go up 10-0 on the SNU. There's 1 out as the runner is called out at second. Spinney comes back up to the plate in the top of the order for the Savage Storm. This one's hit foul. Goes high, ball one. Finds the strike zone. 1-2 count here. This one's hit off foul. Goes low and it brings up a ball two balls, 2 strike scenario. That one gets away from him, brings up a full count. Too far inside, ball 4. Men on the corners now with 1 out. Serta comes back up to the plate. Swing and a miss for Serta. Too far away. Ball 1. Another high pitch. Ball 2. Too far inside. Serta had to duck away from that one. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss and we got a piece of it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count, 1 out. This one hit towards center field. Brought down, and that will bring in another run. 11-0 now for the Savage Storm. And that has just been the story of the day for this game 3. Every time SNU Is able to force it now. Looks like Southeastern's bringing another run in. Brings in Austin Ferguson. Finds the strike zone that first bit. This one's hit towards left field. Foul. Very close. Brings up an 0-2 count. Or excuse me, a 1-2 count now. Strike 3 called, and that will bring us to the middle of the 5th inning here on SNU Athletics. Savage Storm score 3 in that one. SNU down 11-0. We're going back to SNUathletics.com. Cole Wagner, the leadoff hitter for this bottom of the 5th inning for the Crimson Storm. First pitch gets away from the catcher. 0-1. Or 1-0, excuse me. Next pitch finds a strike zone. 1-1 count here. There's ball 2. This one's hit foul. 2-2 coming up. This one's hit towards right field and foul. This one's hit towards the shortstop. Easy defensive routine play there for Southeastern. Next up, Shelby Reese. Got a piece of it with his bat and a kind of half swing. 0-1. And that actually hits Shelby Reese. Shelby Reese will go to first. Reagan Yates comes back up to the plate. This game he's gone 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he did hit a 2-shot home run in that first game. Finds the low part of the strike zone. 0-1. Hit past the pitcher. Able to get the fielder's choice. That's 2 outs, and that'll advance Shelby Reese to second. Maskey comes back up to the plate. 2 outs against him and a man in scoring position. Got a piece of it and fouls it off. Too low for ball 1. Pops this one up, and I do believe it will. It will go foul. 1-2 count. Very high and very much out of the picture of the strike zone. 2-2. Swing and a miss and tagged out. And that is the end of 5. We go to inning number 6 here on SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. It's going to be Akins leading off. We got a new pitcher for the Crimson Storm who sends one below the strike zone. Ball 1. It's number 14, Hudson Smith. Or, excuse me, Tristan Graves. Hudson Smith's day is over. It is now Tristan Grave on the mound. Throws one. It's swing and a miss from Brett Akins. 1-1 count. Goes too high. Ball 2. Too far outside. Ball 3. This one is hit off, and Graves can't handle it. And that will go down as an error on the Crimson Storm as Britt Akins able to make it to first. So it brings up Easton Elliott. Too far outside. Ball 1. Finds the strike zone. Strike 1. Goes too low and inside. Ball 2. This one hit up high. Looks like it'll stay in play. Toilolo makes the grab. Coming all the way from first base. Slade Ortiz comes back to the plate. On the outside, ball 1. This one hit well towards right field. And this one is out of here. Gone. 2-run shot for the Savage Storm. Makes it 13-0. Slade Ortiz puts it on. He's had a pretty good day so far. Gone 3 for 4 now. Brings up Jet Swigert. Finds the strike zone on the bottom left corner. Here's ball 1. Goes too high. Ball 2. Swing and a miss for Swigert, puts up a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, and there's strike number 3 and out number 2. So Doubler comes up to the plate with 2 outs. Second pitch delivered is a strike, and it'll even up the count at 1 apiece. This one's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Even though the count after a ball into the dirt, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that will end the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Crimson Storm down 13-0. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Christian Dent starts the bottom of the 2nd by fouling one off. Next one goes down into the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That goes outside. Ball 2, 1 strike. Ties up the count on a strike 2 called. Brings up a full count here against Christian Dent. Got a piece of it, fouls it off. Everything stays put. This one's hit off towards left center. And it's coming back in the infield and brought down by the second baseman, Doubler. Number 16, Yvonne Masonette, pinch hitting for the Crimson Storm. One of our seniors getting some action here today. Doubler. This one's fouled off, brings up an 0-2 count. And there's strike 3 called, and Yvonne Masonette will go back to the dugout. 2 outs, and it brings up Cole Lee. Too far inside. Ball 1. Etheridge finds the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Little swing and a miss over to the shortstop. And can't make the grab as it goes past his glove. That'll be an error against the Savage Storm. Christian Dent, or no, excuse me, not Christian, Cole Lee is safe at first. Jake Vernon now at the bat once again. And it is not Jake Vernon. It is going to be number 30, Kyle Cross. Outside. Swing and a miss for Cross. 1-1 count. There's swing and a miss. 1-2. Swing and a miss for Cross, and that will end the inning. Go to the final inning. 13-0 Southeastern over SNU. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. A new pitcher on the mound for the Crimson Storm. It's actually number 2, Cole Lee. Throws it into the dirt, ball 1. Gets a good piece of this one, fouls it off. This one's hit off and can't be fielded. That's a hit. A single for Harrison Whitworth. Goes too low. Ball 1. Goes low. Ball 2. Ball 3. And there's ball 4 on the outside. Players on first and second now for Southeastern. Brings up number 39, Joseph Serta. That one gets away from Cross, who checks in as the new catcher. 1-0 now against Serta. Finds the strike zone. 1-1 count. Hit well towards right. And off the wall and out of here. 3-run home run for Savage Storm. Grazed the top of the wall and bounced out. Next up is Austin Ferguson. Too low for ball 1. There's ball 2. Here comes the Coach Lee to talk to Cole Lee. Two 2-0 count. Goes to a 3-0 count. And a 4-0 count. Another walk thrown brings up Brett Akins. Finds the strike zone. Strike one. Man on first. Swung and fouled off to the right. This one's hit towards center field, drifting towards right, and brought down by the right fielder. There's the first out of the inning for the Crimson Storm. Brings up Easton Elliott, number 10. It's gone 0 for 3 today. He does have an RBI and a sacrifice fly and 3 fly outs and a fielder's choice. He's able to get a good swing on this one off into right field, and he goes down for a hit. So brings up Slade Ortiz, who had a home run in his last at-bat. Too far outside, ball one. Finds the strike zone to even up the count at 1 apiece. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. Slade Ortiz goes down swinging. And finally brings up number 7, Jet Swigert. Finds the strike zone. 0-1. Swing and a miss brings out a 0-2. And chops this one off, and Maskey can't let it go for threat of an error, so infield hit recorded. Doubler comes back up to the plate. He's gone 1 for 3 today. Bases are loaded once again for the Savage Storm. And there's a hard hit ball to third and tagged out at third, and that will bring us to the middle of the 7th. SNU down to their final 3 outs when we come back to SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. It's Austin Cooper at the plate. Brings up a 1-1 count after a strike one is called. There's strike two. 1-2 count now against Austin Cooper. Against Deathridge, who has played the whole game. Goes outside. Ball two. Austin Cooper gets the second hit of the day for the Crimson Storm, and it's going to be a single. Brings up Cole Wagner. Swing and a miss for Wagner. Big swing and a miss, by the way. 0-1. Gets a piece of that one and brings up an 0-2 count after the foul ball. This one's hit and off the glove of the shortstop. There's out, or excuse me, not out. There's hit number 2 of the inning. Hit number 2 brings up Shelby Reese as SNU has players at first and second. As Deathridge trying to salvage his shutout. This one's fouled off by Reese. Gets a piece of this one, fouls it off. 0-2. Swing and hit. That might bring in the first run, and it will not. Everybody holds, and the bases are loaded for the Crimson Storm with Josh Flowers pinch hitting for the Crimson Storm, with Flowers coming in. Outside for ball one. Over the plate, strike one. 1-1 count. On the inside, 2-1. This time on the outside, 3-1. And there goes Deathridge's shutout bid as SNU finally puts one on the board, and it took 7 innings to get there, but SNU finally puts 1 run up on the board, and that might be it for Deathridge. See what they decide to do here. They're going to leave him out there, it seems. Tanner Maskey is now on deck for the Crimson Storm. Goes high, ball one. Hit hard and through the gap. That's going to bring in another run. Now it stands at 16-2. Christian Dent now on deck. Finds the strike zone. Strike one. There's ball one. This one's grounded towards first base, and he's stuck. Didn't have a play to make by the first baseman, Austin Ferguson, so the bases are still loaded. And SNU has scored 3 runs back-to-back. Here comes Yvonne Masonette once again, who takes a big hack and fouls it off. Gets past the catcher, and here comes another run for the Crimson Storm. And we got some activity in the Southeastern bullpen now. Score stands at 16-4 in favor of Southeastern. Goes high. Ball two. Finds the strike zone. Strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Strike 3 called against Yvonne Masonette. There's the first out of the inning. Brings up Cole Lee. And this one is hit towards left, and it gets past the left fielder. In fact, it pops right in front of him, and that will put 2 runs on the board. 6-16 now. Crimson Storm making some sort of comeback, it seems. Kyle Cross up to bat now with Cole Lee on first. He goes high. Finds the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss for Flowers puts him at a 2-2 count. Excuse me, not Flowers, Kyle Cross. Cross swings and misses. There's out number 2. Crimson Storm down to their final out. And it's Austin Cooper. This one is hit towards left. And it's going to stay fair. And brought down, and Southeastern will take the series after splitting day number 2. The doubleheader with the Crimson Storm. Southeastern wins game 3, 16-6 over SNU and takes the series. SNU, though, didn't go down without a fight. They went out swinging in the final inning, scoring all 6 of their runs in the 7th inning. Well, that'll just about do us, not just for today. It'll do it for the baseball season here at home at Phelan Field. SNU has a few more series on the road. I do believe one is at OBU and another one is at Henderson. And then it'll just have to wait and see whether they end up going to Enid for the GAC championships or staying home. Nevertheless, Crimson Storm baseball here in Bethany, at least, has come to an end for this year, and we'd like to thank you all for joining us on this season. And we have the male sports at SNU as of now are officially over. However, the women still have games to play. The SNU softball team has games against. They have a doubleheader against Oklahoma Baptist. That will finish up their season series against the Bison. That will be this upcoming Tuesday. And then they will finish off their season with a doubleheader against a 4-game series, doubleheaders both days. I do believe that would be next weekend against the East Central Tigers. And that'll just about do it for us. For everybody who works here at SNU Athletics, David Noblet and Tanner Stiles and everyone else, I'm John Hale, reminding you that you can catch all the action here on SNU Athletics. And as always, keep those bolts up. Y'all have a wonderful evening.